Hello everyone, Warhammer here, and welcome back to the Bretonnia campaign for Mortal Empires. Now, at the end of the last episode, we were about to fight a siege battle at Wissenberg, where a Crooked Moon tribe has decided to come and sack the town, and only our gallant defenders here are going to be able to try and hold them back. Now, instead of fighting in the town, we have taken the field, as is the case in Warhammer 2, and we're going to see how we do in this, because, to be honest, the balance bar hasn't really put this in my favour. And as you can see, the reason why is because we've got nothing but crappy peasants, apart from one unit of Knights of the Realm, and the enemy happen to have a lot of Wolf Riders, including a unit of Archer Wolf Riders, and they also have a Orc Great Shaman leading the force. So this could be a little bit tougher than I was hoping it to be, but we're going to try our best and see what we can do. So, a good place to deploy, where would that be? Let's tuck it down a little bit. I like to have the camera a little bit further down. I'm guessing really on top of this hill is probably going to be the best point. So let's see what we can do here. We'll grab all the spearmen. We'll just make a nice basic front line. There's nothing too complicated about this sort of defense. We're just going to have to try and defend ourselves the best we can. So we'll do you guys like that. You guys a bit like that. Archers are going to form up in the front for the moment. You guys are not going to be chasing after the enemy if we can avoid it. And likewise for you guys. Okay, you guys, let's put you on the left flank for the moment. Don't know what we're going to do yet, because while these are my best units, they're also only shock cav. So getting them into melee is going to be very useful in the initial charge, and we're going to have to try and be careful when to use them, because with their low numbers, they're easily going to get bogged down if we're not careful. Now, something I'm a little tempted to try out, though, is we've got our mounted yeomen, and they can actually deploy with Vanguard. So what I'm tempted to do is maybe stick them in the trees over here, if we can find a nice spot for them to hide in. Because if we can go and assassinate that general pretty early on, that's really going to be a good use to us. And what's our chances of actually fighting? Low threat, apparently. This could work out. What we need to do is make sure we get an opportunity to hit them, to charge out and attack them, while the rest of the forces are unable to defend. But with that said, let's see how we actually do. Now, while we're waiting for the army to actually move forward into a firing range, it gives me the opportunity to bring up the lack of video last Friday. Basically, what happened was that I had a friend of mine from university, an old friend of mine from university, I should say, come down to stay with me last week, and she was supposed to be coming back on Friday. But she had some car trouble and ended up staying an extra night, and because I don't get to see her all that much often, I thought it would be best to spend the time with her and, you know, just watch Netflix and that and have a good time, rather than actually get on with the video, I'm afraid. So it was just one of those things. But we're going to be back to normal now, so don't you guys worry. Now, they're nearly getting into range, and I believe my bowmen have got a much further range than their short bows. Yeah, you got 100, you've got 160. But what I really want my archers to focus on is their unit of Wolf Rider archers, just because they're going to be such an annoyance to deal with. We've got to just watch out then, as they're going to be shooting at us, and we can't catch up with them with anything that we've got. Their speed, as you can see, is 100, and I'll be lucky if my knights can probably do about 80. Yeah, they can do about 80. So they're not really going to be that much use for this. But we're going to have you guys focus on here. Now, the other reason I got my archers out in the front is because I want them to sort of take the initial blow of the magic from Horse Cub here. So we'll just try our best and see what we can do. I'm going to pull you back a little bit. And let's see, we're going to have you guys soon about to do the initial blow against the enemy's mage. We may try doing it nowish. Let's grab you guys and spin you back this way. Archers, we're going to pull you back a little bit now. And we're going to pull you guys around to face this direction. You're about to be on the receiving end of some magic. That's unfortunate. Right, my lord is under attack. That's because this unit spearman has to be my leader. And why did you guys not move back when I told you to? Please? Really? Fine, let's do this. You guys are going to charge in here. You guys are going to charge in here. You guys are going to charge in against them here. You guys are going to charge in here. Archers, you're going to continue firing as much as you can against the Wolf Riders. Okay, you are going to do a charge against them. You guys are going to come down here and attack. Okay, but they're not going to be ideally running off like that. Tell you what, let's have you guys come over this way. You guys gonna move forward a little bit. Slow things down a moment. Archers, continue focus and fire on the Wolf Riders. Knights of the Realm, you're gonna get into position back here, ready to try and attack. This is going to be a bit problematic because now we've got loads of magic being thrown at us. Oh, and you've caught up with my yeoman. Damn. Okay, right, how are we going to do this? Ideally, I want to see about breaking. Let's have you guys go on over here. Archers, continue firing against the Wolf Rider archers. Right, we want them to break this unit here, ideally. Their leadership's starting to go down a bit. So if my yeoman can actually hold on a little bit longer, we may be able to go and help them, but I don't know if that's going to be the case. Okay, that rear charge didn't do as much as I perhaps would have liked. We're going to pull these guys back out now. We're going to ask them to go after this unit. Okay, slow things down again. These guys are about to start running away. Good. Let's see if we can deal with these Wolf Riders now. You guys, let's have you pull back out, if possible, without running away. Okay, we'll have you guys now pull back out. We're going to have you head back this way. Alright. We want a reasonable unit to try and take down that shaman. But yeah, that's not going to work out too well. So what, grab you two. Let's have you come over here and try to attack him. You guys are going to go and do a weird charge against them. The archers are focusing on killing off that unit. Okay, oh no, that's my unit running away, not theirs. Crap. Okay, you've taken a bit of a hit. Do not run away, please. Do not run away. Okay, let's have you guys come over here. You guys are still stuck in the unit there. You guys are about to run away. That's something. I think we've chased the Wolf Riders off the battlefield now. That would be great if that's the case. We can focus now our archers on dealing with the Wolf Riders. You guys really need to have got out of there at this point. Come on, men. You can do it. Okay, one unit of warriors are starting to flee. That is really unfortunate. Okay, you guys, I want you to pull back over here now. Okay, yeoman, you're heading off that way. It's unfortunate. We'll just take it. You guys, I want you to try and finish off that unit if at all possible. Okay, you guys need to charge forward now into that unit there. Kill them off. Knights of the Realm are still stuck fighting off these goblins. Okay, if we've managed to break them. Still haven't broken them yet. There, finally. Okay, let's slow things down again. These guys are taking a bit of a hit, admittedly, but that's okay, we'll accept it. Okay, you guys are going to go after these. Knights of the Realm, I want you to go after them too. Archers, we're going to have you just focus and fire on these Wolf Riders for a bit longer. Alright, no, not you guys. I want you now to try and kill off this shaman, if possible. If we can knock down the enemy's leadership, that will really be quite useful to us. Alright. Can't actually see what happened to that goblin force. Ah, here they are. See if you can go after that unit there. And you guys are pulled back here. Okay. Let's see if you guys can come over here. And hopefully you guys can come back too. Alright, archers. Okay, slow down things again. You guys have started to retreat back. Let's see if you can focus some fire on these Night Goblin archers for me, please. Okay, you guys may have come back. We'll take that. Frame rate drop a second. Okay. Knights of the Realm, we need you to pull out now in order to do another charge. Ideally against one of these other units. Okay, you guys need to finish off this unit here. Okay, you guys need to focus fire on this unit. Okay, you guys coming in to deal with them. You guys come in and help. Archers, the way it's going, I may have to get my archers to try and switch your fire onto the Wolf Riders here, please. We've got more Wolf Riders about to head back too. You guys starting to withdraw. Okay, their shaman is losing decisively. We may win this battle. Okay, he's now retreating. My knights are going to be the ones to kill him off. Okay, shaman, you guys, focus fire now on that unit of Wolf Riders as they're coming in towards you. We nearly ran out of ammo, so we need to make sure this works. Okay, come on, kill him off a shaman. There we go, we've won this. Right, we're going to have, let's have you we'll keep the shaman alive, I think. The reason being is that, at the end of the day, he's... Oh, he may have died after all. Whoops. The thing is now is that when they decide to recruit a new lord to lead the army, he's going to be now at full strength. Well, he is a relative word when we're talking about orcs, since they are gender neutral in theory. Quite masculine in appearance, but they don't procreate, well, sexually. They produce well, actually, they grow from plants, if you believe that. Right, we're going to speed up time a bit. I just want to finish off this unit of gobbos and really try and do a number on them. But that didn't go too badly, despite the fact that it was really against me in this battle. Luckily, we were able to use the Niter quite effectively against those goblins to do some weird charges. We're now finishing them off bit by bit. The thing is, though, is we're just doing loads of charges. You can see them flying off away and then just jumping back up again. But we seem to have done... How many of them have we killed now? We've got 15 left. I think we'll accept that. Apparently it was a close victory. Let's have a look. Well, to be fair, we did lose half of our force, roughly. But on the other hand, we did manage to wipe them out nearly completely. All they got now is a few low numbers, and they're a bit too far away, I believe, from their own territory to worry about, again, any replenishment. So, if we need to, we can always defend the settlement again. And, although hopefully, they don't get a orc boss. If they had an orc boss in that battle, I think things would have gone quite differently, just because my troops are just not capable of fighting in melee against a melee lord. They could deal with a shaman, which even then, he did pretty well with his magic, 77 kills. Oh, but still, I was expecting to lose that. The balance bar was really not in my favour. But well done, Brocardia Aquitaine. You managed to keep your men more or less steady. Although you guys ran away, didn't you? You only killed 2 people, and then you got massacred in the process. Shocking. Absolutely disgraceful behaviour. Alright, let's go back onto our end turn phase, because I believe, yeah, they attacked us, haven't they? So we've still got the end turn phase to get through. We'll take the executed captives. Managed to make a little bit of money. Cool. Gain some chivalry. Ah, yeah, they gave him a war boss. Damn it. Oh well, we'll take it. Ooh. Anyway, so what's the plan for the start of today's episode at the very least? Well, after reading the comments through the last video, a couple of you mentioned that it'd be a good idea for me to check over the lands that I've managed to gain through Confederation and see what unique resources and landmark buildings there are for me to build. Now, I know of one for certain. In Paravon, you got a unique landmark called the Peaks of Paravon, because their mountain range is well known for the eagles and the Pegasi that happen to be found there. And often in Bretonnia, if you want to get Pegasi, that's sort of where you want to go. Now, I can't remember exactly what it does, but I believe it does a number of unique bonuses to Hippogriff Knights, Royal Pegasus Knights, and Normal Pegasus Knights. So definitely want to see about getting that, and we'll see what else we can do as well. Now, in the meantime, Carrick Hearn, you want to gain a defensive alliance. Now, I'm quite happy to accept now defensive alliances, because that will prevent my allies from being attacked, hopefully. But we also have to be in a position to be able to accept then that, right, we're going to have to go and help them as part of an alliance, funny enough. So I'll tell you what, we'll see. Can you give me some money for this, though? Because I believe we got... how much money can I get out of you? That's the question. You want that for military? I'll tell you what, swap it around for a defensive, and we'll have a deal. There we go. Excellent. Now, I believe that... What was I going to... crap, what? I lost track of what I was going to say.
Let the supplicant come forward.
Oh, crap. Right. So, Togavan has decided to declare war on me, even though the Banspar is very much against him. And if he does this, he's going to drag in 2 out of the 3 other Wood Elf Lords into battle. Orion, at least, is going to stay out of it, hopefully. But Durfu and... Oh, I'm having a moment. Narglef, is it? The Narlef, the Prophetess, who's a character in this, thanks to Mixu's Legendary Lords mod. Oh, well, we have no choice. We're going to have to fight this. And luckily all my allies seem to have joined in, including the Dwarves and Carrick-Adrin. Interesting. Right, well we're going to have to think about how we're going to deal with that. Right, what were we doing in the meantime? Let's think. Right, Florence de Bowie been wounded. We gained a potion of speed. Killed Horse Gub. Jason's been wounded. Crap. Angeline is now back. Okay, you're back here. Wounded, wounded. Okay. Right. What were we going to do? Well, Leon Kerr was actually on his way up, I believe, to Einhard in order to help the Fey Enchantress try and take it. But it looks like the army there, led by Fogger Laxotas, has decided to come out and fight. So, you know what? We're going to fight you here, I think. Should be a pretty straightforward battle. Yeah, he don't want to fight this. He's running away. Okay, we'll try again. But first you don't succeed and all that. Okay, balance bar very much in my favour. I decide I'm just going to auto-resolve this. Managed to wipe him out. We lost 109. Personally, I reckon we could have just sent Leon Kerr straight in with Beatrice and just kill them all, but we'll take it. Anyway, he's now gone up to level 24. Very useful. Fogger Naxotas has been killed, and we can start continuing his way towards Einhard, I think. Yeah, we'll go there for now. And we'll have you ready here too, I think. What we're going to do... Yeah, you're pretty much at full strength. We'll do this. Because we might as well got him in the area, what I'm thinking is that we're going to use the Leon Kerr. We'll get some equipment while we're here. We're going to use Leon Kerr as reinforcements to take Einhard. This should make it a pretty easy win. And because the Fey Enchantress is leading the siege assault, she'll be taking the settlement while Leon Kerr will be free then to move where he wishes. And what I would like him to do then is actually move down towards Paravan. So not only will we be able to get our Hippogriff Knights, but also be in a position for a little while at least to keep an eye on what the Wood Elves are going to do from over here. I haven't actually seen them come out of their woods all that much, but you never know. You never know. Now, something we do need to do is sort out the landmark building, speaking of Paravan. So if we pop on here, wait for the game to catch up with my request. We can go here, we can get the Peaks of Paravan. This not only allows me to get Fastrix Skylands, a Royal Pegasus Knights unit, but you can see all these excellent bonuses, including the duration recruitment for the recruitments goes down. Pretty good. We'll order that, and it will be done then at the same time as the Royal Menagerie, so very good choice. While we're here, I also get a bit Stonecutter for the marble. And Quillis, what about you? Well, you don't actually have anything. You've got pastures, but those have already been built up. What I will do though, I'm going to dismantle your Carpenter's Workshop. We don't need that. Montfort, you have an iron mine, I see. Iron mining pits, there we go. Spend a little bit of extra cash, I guess, to see about things like... In fact, can we get troops to come down here? I believe we can. Yeah. So Montfort, what we're going to do, I'm going to ask you... Might as well give you a bit of extra spending money, I guess. What we'll do now, we'll actually ask for a Weaving House to be done here. And when it eventually is done, I'm going to swap it over to a Guard House once we fully upgrade this. So we can at least get a few hundred money coming in. Alright, what else we got? Gisero? You can get furs. But we already... I'll tell you what, we're going to dismantle that. And we'll get the furs then next time. You will increase the lumberyard capacity here. Koyan, we could get at the clay, because we can make pottery. But the buildings we got at the moment, we only got the 2 slots. And next turn, I want to be building those landmark buildings. So that's why I'm trying to save a little bit of cash as well, if I can manage it. So we don't do anything here. Leoness, your Mucilon, you're pretty fine. Oh. Right, I'll better check that. That was my work. Okay, Brion will pop onto here. We'll grab... Oh no, you've got this as well. Well, you know what? We'll take it. I'm pretty happy to do that. I'd rather get the trade income. What about Estalia, last of all? Babali, yeah, you got iron already. I'll spend a little bit of cash to get that. And that. Okay, Tabaro, you don't have anything. Although, look at this. Looks like Skaven rebels have decided to try and lay siege to Skavenblight. We may be having Skaven neighbours once again. Ah, that would be annoying, but we'll see how the dwarves last. Otherwise, I think that's really everything I needed to worry about for now. Let's just pop on here. Because we got Leon Kurt to deal 4 points. Right, well, what are we going to give you? Now, do you have any personal fighting skills we need to do? Let's see. Yeah, you got Deadly Blade. We'll take that. And we got 3 more points. What I'm tempted to do is, which one was it? Was it Worshippers or Guardians? Ah, Guardians. This one gives me a charge bonus to Pegasus Knights and Hippogriff Knights, which I want to get. And yeah, it does speed as well. So we put 3 points in here. That's going to be quite useful. And then once we get... Well, it applies to these guys, and it will apply to my new unit once we recruit them as well. Who else we got? Angeline. I'll tell you what, instead of you heading over here, we're going to have you come towards Paravan. That way then you can join up with Leonka once he's done over there. We'll skip through all of these. Alright, we'll end the turn.
I have seen your heart.
Alright, better do that. Right. Now, something I'm quite curious to check out was actually 2 things as well. One is the fact that I wanted to check out what's happening in Eastern Sylvania. Because when I noticed, we saw that vampire corruption is actually very low in the area. And I'm wondering why that might be. Now, Drake Materium in the comments of the last video mentioned that there is the landmark building, which is like Grimnir's monument to the Slayer, or something like that, in Karakadrin. Which that, when built, can actually spread untaintedness by quite a high level degree. And I believe that might be it, because from what I remember, it does extend to, you know, neighbouring provinces, but I'm going to have to double check that. I personally think it might just be down to, it might be down to that, it might be down just to the fact they do own 2 of the 3 regions in the province, so we'll wait and see. Anyway, you want to have a military alliance? I want to get military access, and you're not willing to give that to me. Tell you what, I'll even be nice. I'll offer you some money for this. Not that much money, hell no. I'll tell you what, were you willing to give that? No? Okay, that's fine. Now, something but yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, so I want to check that out. But I also need to have a think about what to do regarding the Empire not giving me military access. Now, Drake Materium did mention quite cheekily that I could keep Vigilant as sort of, you know, you don't want to give me military access? Fine, we're not going to give you your province back. Although, to be honest, I don't really feel like keeping Vigilant. I feel, to be honest, I got a weird idea just occurred to me right now. That right next to Sylvania is Stirland. And part of Stirland is the Moot, which is in the Warhammer world, is the home of the Halflings. And I can just imagine how funny it might be to, because the thing is, when, in the Empire, when you want to, hang on a second. How much money are you willing to give me for this? Don't want a defensive alliance, just want an aggression, and I want you to pay me for that pleasure. There we go. But yeah, in the Empire, before another emperor can be elected, right? He's not it's not a hereditary position. It's actually something that has to be elected by the other counts, hence their name, elected counts. And the Elder of the Moot is actually an elector count. I don't know whether you would say his political standing has as much weight to it compared to the others, but I quite like the idea of making him a duke. Maybe it's just myself. Right. Okay, but anyway, what's this? We've now managed to achieve 800 chivalry. Well done. Give extra 5,000 bonus. Malabad Lesansan, I don't know who you are, but it looks like you're ready for duty. And we now got the objective to get 1,200 chivalry. Okay, that's fine. Now you, to be honest, I don't remember recruiting you. Maybe I did. I can't remember. Hang on, did I? Ah, yeah, I think I did actually. He must have got injured pretty early on now. It's been ages since I think we actually used him. Let's have a quick look at your stats. Yeah, you got the virtual confidence. No, I can't have had you. Apparently you're very blessed. Huh. Okay, well, what do you use your skills? You got training and specialist. Okay. I'll tell you what, we don't really need you anymore. We'll just bash this out, disband it. There we go. Okay, Leon Kerr, let's move you now towards Ironheart, ready to help out. We'll do this. Nice easy auto resolve as a result. A little bit of extra cash. And we're going to occupy it for now. And just like that, a giant forest disappeared out of nowhere. Love it. We managed to pick up a power stone. That could be quite useful in improving my magic rates and reserves. Sword of battle as well. Okay. Leonka, you can start moving down towards Paravan. You'll get there in 2 turns. That's fine by me. Fey Enchantress, you can level up now too. Claline Babiner, let's have a check out. Because Voldenhof and Eschen both belong to them. Karakadrin, it's out. In fact, let me just look at it this way. I'll pop on you. Ah, your magic levels is because of characters here, so they've got Ungrim is right here as well, and he's adding +5 untaintedness. And I can see, is that a woundsmith? Yeah, Garam Deanson is a woundsmith +3. Yeah. Fair enough. Maybe they got another character hiding somewhere in here, but that probably is why. Let me just check Karakadrin while we're here. Yeah, they got, here it is, the Grimnill's Monument of Karakadrin. So, there. It gives you +8 untainted, but doesn't spread to neighbouring provinces. Fair enough. I'm just happy to see they're actually doing reasonably well. Crashneck's lair is under their control, and they're pushing out a little bit. Good for them.
What is your behest?
Right, I'm going to have you pop down towards Drakenhof, so we can have a look see what's going on down there. We got Capuchin of the Braids. Let's push you up forward a little bit towards Beckerven, just so we can see what's going on over here. Helen Gost, you happen to be around. Oh, and you got Blood Knights. Ouch. That's going to be a tough one to crack with our units. Okay, anyway, we've now got a lot of money, and we're going to be spending that right over in Corian straight off the bat. Now, we're going to first of all go for our tournament grounds. Extra 1,000 income a turn and increases my recruitment rank for cavalry units. Definitely going to go for that. We're going to go as well for the Abbey of the Grail Companions. You can probably hear my Xbox beeping away in the background. Let me just stop it. Come up. Okay, Abbey of the Grail Companions. It's going to give me the 7 of Salles and the El Cid Reliquary for extra units. And while we've got the extra cash, I think I'm going to go for the Cathedral of the Lady as well. There we go. I think that will do the job quite nicely now. We've still got some leftover money, so let's see about upgrading one of my settlements. You know what, Leoness? Let's upgrade you while we're here. Sure. Pop onto here. Fey Enchantress, what we're going to give you? To be honest, I want to focus more on her magic. So, we've got at the moment the Flock of Doom, and we've got Earth Blood to heal up my troops. Now, what I'm tempted to do is try and focus now still on getting magic that's going to help my units. Now, let me see what we got. That could be quite useful. In fact, let me get rid of that, cut that for the moment. Ooh, that could be quite a nice bonus. Ward save for all armies and wins a magic power reserve. Now we'll focus on some spells. Got Shield of Thorns, which I've used before, gives me magic resistance and weapon damage bonus. And what's this one? Don't reckon. Oh, armor and weapon damage. You know what? We'll take that, I think. That'll be quite nice. I know we got all these skills over here to do, including the Power Familiar, Eyes of Dread, and all that. We got plenty of stuff together, so we'll give her that for now. Merivek, let me see what we can give you. We're going to give you a horse. No, we won't give you a horse, because you're level 7 right now. And we'll get a Pegasus at level 8, and I'd rather give you that. So let's give you some points on something you can actually use. Tell you what, we'll go for full plate armor, like so. Okay, I think that's everything you need to worry about. Okay. So something I would like to try and do next, now that we've managed to get the landmark buildings at Coryon finally built in, is to start putting together perhaps a third army. Now I haven't got too much of a plan yet for them. I can either use it to try and catch some of the stuff off the coast in the water. So like we've got a couple of skull islands I've been seeing around the map, as well as other things which will be a nice source of money. We also could do with the army then to actually protect the lands of Bretonnia against any forces from Norska, what have you, coming in, as well as the elves, now that we've got to worry about them, it seems. So that's a couple of things, but the question I would like to think about now is which commander do I want to give him? Because now we've confederated with everyone apart from Bordelot, we can actually... In fact, I need to do something about Bordelot while I've got it in my head, but we'll do that in my next turn. What was I going to say? Yeah. Oh, Fulgrim? You want an alliance, don't you? Yeah, but you're not getting one. Right, what was I saying? Yeah. Putting together a new army, we've got a number of options for a general, thanks to the fact that we've confederated with several factions that have legendary lords, thanks to Mixu's mod. So we have the one for Power Von, Cassian, which is going to be very useful for, I believe, you know, Pegasus Knights and so on. We've got Bohemond Beastslayer, we've got, oh, what's his name? The one for Artois, and the one for Leoness. So we've got at least 4 or 5 different ones to think about. So, a few options at least. Now you, funny enough, I was thinking about you, Albrecht. Now he wants a military alliance, but I don't want to give him that because it will reduce his chances of confederating with me. But what I will do is I want to give you a defensive alliance, and you're going to pay me for the privilege because I am your king. Can we go a little bit higher than that? Okay, we'll take that, sure. Because I want to reduce his armies. Oh, what do you want? You want a non-aggression pact? Yeah, we'll take that. Christ, I could lose my train of thought now. Yeah. I want Albrecht to start sending his forces against some of our mutual enemies, so he can weaken his own forces and more increase his chances of confederating with me. So I saw that it was a war with the Crooked Moon tribe, so I may get him to try and go and after some of the Crooked Moon provinces in the mountains up here, and maybe that'll persuade him to get involved and help. And weaken the forces as a result. You want me to go after the pirates? You're not going to do that. Loads of different options, loads of stuff to do. All we can do is try and fit them all in. Back to me now, anyway. Faction Destroy, the Black Venom tribe. Slider Miser, you tried to hurt Angeline again. Thank God you failed. And you gain Procrastinate. Really? It's something that does amuse me, but also does annoy me at the same time. And that is the fact that, you know, with these characters, you can have them just sit around for literally one turn, and they will pick up a negative trait. It was something that always bugged me in Rome 2 when it happened, where you could have a general just move back in for a turn to replenish, and the next minute, bam, they've picked up a negative trait out of nowhere. Now, luckily for us, as the Bretonnians, we can actually get rid of these negative traits by sinking them over to somewhere... Oh, here we are, Cassian de Paravon. Like, for example, once we finish building the chapel here, which, actually, let me cancel that. So I believe we can now do it for a lot cheaper. Yeah. We'll do that. So yeah, once we build this, we actually get a 30% chance of removing any negative character traits from a lord garrisoned within the settlement. So by putting her in there, we can actually make sure that she can get rid of those negative traits eventually. Right. Where else are we going to send you? We're going to have you now go after, I think, Karenberg. Might as well wipe it out while we're here. Nice easy battle, I think we can accept that. And, ooh, we could bring back Midland if I wanted. But I'm not going to. At the end of the day, I want the Empire to get nice and strong so we can leave them alone to deal with chaos when it eventually happens. So we're going to occupy it for now, and then we're going to give it back over. It's nice to see the land is healed up as well. Okay, well done. You've picked up a better bonus. Now, you look like you may be going over towards Gorsel, Bertrand d'Aquitaine. I'd rather you try and do something a bit different. I'll tell you what, be cheeky and go after Norska for me. That would be great if you can do that. And do you have another army standing around Albrecht? Yes, you do, at Bordeaux. Okay, we can't ask you to head over there too. That's a shame. We'll see what you do. Anyway, Leon Kerr, you're going to head down now towards Paravon. You'll get there sooner. Okay, you can now join up with Leon Kerr once and for all. Okay, now we don't particularly want to keep this. It's not... Give me a little bit of extra cash, but I'm going to give it back. So, let's go over to... Where are you, Empire? Here we are.
By the comet. Welcome, brothers.
Still not willing to give me military access? That's an... Oh, wrong one. I don't need to go do that, do I? I need to come up here. Whoops. It's gifts. We're going to go... Where? The Empire. Einhardt is here. There you go. We can have it back now. And we'll do the same with Karenberg eventually, but I want to get my troops a turn or two to replenish, I think, before we push back on. They've pushed forward now to Kemperbad, so that's good by me. What I want her to do now is start actually moving towards Overheim and the Moods, and start being in a position to go against the vampire counts. We could also go down as well and deal with the situation here, since they've been a bit of an annoyance. We also need to consider pushing into the mountains in order to go after these as well. We can give these guys then to Clan Ungrund or Karakern over here. Sorry, Karagziflin, that's the one. Yeah, just in case we're waiting for things to build up right now. Tell you what, let's spend a bit of cash just increasing our trade resources, I think. You're okay for there for now. Marienburg, we need to sort you out at some point. We'll increase that. You're still increasing... Where was it that we... Oh yeah, Gisero. First of all, we're going to give you first. You'll get done in one turn. And Carcassonne, wasn't it? Yeah, we need you to get your sword now, don't we? There we go. That should give us a nice bit of extra money now from trading resources once that's done. Okay. You're okay, Gislev. Let's have you move over now towards here. That way we can check out what's going on with Ostland. And see what Hermann Gost is going to be doing. Oh, Manfred's about now. Oh, must have relinquished his army, it seems. Okay, Council Atmai, we can upgrade you, but I'm not going to do it just yet. I want to get that new commander at some point, and I want to save up a bit of cash so we can start recruiting his army and get it over and done with. Alright, you're on your way back down to Drakenhof. Very good. Very, very good. Because what we can do with Drakenhof and Eastern Sylvania is once we've actually taken Drakenhof Castle, we can just buy Voldenhof and Eschen away from Karakadrin. It will cost, I believe, about 8,000 gold to do so, so it's not like it's a cheap purchase, but at the end of the day, it's a quite easy way to do it. And because we're on good terms with them, they're quite happy to trade resources like that with us. The only thing I wish... I don't know if the mod actually has anything like that in place, but I would like to hope that we don't want that. Nope, we don't want that. Okay, thank you. So this little one here, by the way, It's a mod that I've got that basically forces the AI to not negotiate with you and enter into any diplomacy. So if you want to get through a turn where you don't want to worry about people trying to get peace treaties, if you're fighting everyone and so on, you can just click that and it will just, ignore any attempt by the AI to try and enter into diplomacy. So quite useful. But while we're waiting for this to go through, we can actually bring up about something that I read about last week, and I'm quite curious to see what will happen about it. And that is the potential for a new Bretonnian update. Now, it's only something that's been hinted at on the Total War site. You can go and check it out. But all they've shown is something about the bend in the knee and a picture that looks like the Holy Grail. Now, there's been a lot of speculation on the Total War forums about whether it's something to do with Bretonnia, whether it's going to be reworking some of the mechanics, which I think could be done to make them better. Like, for example, I really don't like the peasantry aspect. It's just annoying me. Right, but as well as things like I would love to see something different happen with the Green Knight and the mechanics for him. But it'll be interesting to see if what happens with this feature update and whether it will have anything to do with Bretonnia, or is it just something that's been thrown in as a red herring. But we'll wait and see. By the point that comes out, we'll probably be finished with the campaign anyway. But it's something at least to keep an eye on for future, my own personal Let's Plays. Okay, well yeah, we've finished this now. So we could potentially have the possibility of confederating with Vegan's Errantry, Knights of the Flame, Knights of Orgo, and Gerald's Errantry we can't do. But that may be quite useful. And these guys are starting to attack the settlement at them. Koyan, we've now got Skaven inhabiting the place. Very annoying. And we can now start some more research. Now I am a little tempted to go for overseas diplomacy so we can improve our relationship with the High Elves and Lizardmen. But I do think it's time for us to really start looking into this side of the tech tree. Because, yeah, we need to, if we want to improve our knights and that, we need to go all the way down this side. And it's going to take a long time and a little bit of money to do this. Charity, subsidized tools, infrastructure buildings, irrigation ditches, minus 5% upkeep for infantry. That could be useful. We just got 3,000. Yeah, we'll do this. We'll just let it work down there. Now that way, then it can improve our knight units eventually, and improve everything else as we go along too. Alright, another settlement upgrade at Castle Artois. We're not going to worry about that just yet. Paravon, how much more turns have you got until you can finish? 2 more. Right, with you, we're going to get a guardhouse. They've already got walls because of the town settlement itself. But at least this way we can actually put some knights in the settlement to act as a garrison against any wood elf incursions. Now you guys should be heading off next turn. That'll be great to see. Montfort, what were you doing here? Oh yeah, we're going to get a cellar. Alright, what's going on here? You got -3 public order coming in. Alright, in fact, let me check out my provinces while we're here. Carcassonne, you are not looking too good right now. Okay, I'll tell you what, we're going to lose some of the tax rate. We're going to start sorting out control for here. Gaston, yeah, you can do the same here, I think. Forest of Arden, you can do the same here too. Vaseland we can't do much about. Here we need to still deal with Fildorf. Which, thanks again in the comments of the last video for telling me how to pronounce that. German was something I picked up in secondary school, or high school if you prefer, but just never had really the opportunity to practice it properly, if that makes sense.
You seek the lady?
Right, let's have you, Fane Chantress. You're going to start moving down now towards Fildorf. We'll force march you, I think, while we're doing it. As well. We'll get you down to Wissenberg at the very least. I'll get there in a couple of turns. Now that I did notice out of the corner of my eye. Who's this? Leif Golbranson. Looks like you're coming down towards our territory. If you want to go after Gorsel and deal with them, then so be it. That's fine by me. But we've got at least defences here at Marienburg if we need to fight them. Hopefully we don't have to rush to it right now. In fact, you need to level up, I just noticed. Alright, what can we give you, my dear? Oh yeah, we wanted to work on... Give you Power Familiar, and we'll give you Arcane Conduits as well. There we go. Right, could always go for the Duchy's Warhost at some point too. I'll tell you what we will do. I'm gonna wait 1 or 2 more turns, so we can actually get access then to a fair bit of starting capital, and then I'll start sorting out Nensa with that 3rd army that I want to get started. It's just really a case of which character I do want to pick, and it is a bit of a tough choice. Cassian of Power of On is an interesting one, and his skill set certainly will help out any sort of flying units we're going to have in our armies. But Bohemond is also quite the sort of an iconic character in terms of Bretonnian lore. Just the fact that he's known as the Beast Slayer, he's well known for spending his time hunting down beasts, minotaurs and so forth, that he will be quite an interesting character to have as well. But there's also, was it Chilfoy of Artois and the one for Lyonesse that I haven't actually checked out, and I wouldn't mind having a look to see what they're like. But we definitely want to get at least one of them leading the army, I think, instead of a more generic lord or prophetess. Like I said before, I always find it a bit weird. In the tabletop, I always like to create my own lords, and yet in this game, just because of the sheer amount of different bonus skills and that you can give them over a standard lord, it always makes more sense to have legendary characters leading your force as much as possible over a more generic type. Although saying that, I do have a mod that I want to try out sometime for Ultimate Chaos, which, if you go for it, actually should give you quite unique characters now, because you can pick out different marks of the Chaos Gods for them. You can theme their armies around a particular type, so if you want to go for a Warrior of Corn, for example, you can give him bloodletters and juggernauts and all sorts. It should be very useful to try out, and would encourage you to try and go for some more generic lords. Although I do want to try out, thanks to Kronos' faction unlocker, Angren von Hoffsman. He's got an interesting star position up near the Dark Elves, which will make a different Chaos campaign from most others I've seen. So, a few different options to consider. But we'll sort out once we actually start another Warhammer 2 campaign. I'll let you guys pick which one you would like to see, I think. So, what I'll probably do is something along the lines of give a vote video so you guys can pick which race you want to see me play as. And then I'll mention which option that would be within that race. So I want to try to do some different ones than typically, like if I'm playing as the Empire, I know you can do one with Balthasar Gelt that would start you off as Sudenberg instead. Make it a bit of a variety in gameplay from playing as the Empire in the Empire, you know? Or Wakeland should be in the faction unlocker anyway. Okay, Montfort, Sliding Miser, you've gone after them. We've got Raiden in Wissenberg. The Enchantress is on her way for that, so don't you worry. And we now got, well, an extra whole 2% decrease in all our building costs. Wow. Ooh. Oh, hang on. No, that's not good. The recent tourney was heralded as a great success, violence, bloodshed, and feasting galore. It has been many days, yet people are still abuzz at the grandeur of it all. Truly, Bretonnia is blessed. So apparently we picked up an extra 20 chivalry, but we lost 3,000 in our treasury. Right, didn't expect that. Florence, you've now come back. Okay. Jason, you're now back too. Whereabouts are you? You're up in Knoll. Okay. Well, let's see what we can do here. Well, Florence, you're going to stay here and continue to heal up the land. Jason, you can go after this force here and assault their units. Get yourself back into the swing of things. There we go. You killed off a few. You can cause an extra 15% casualties. But most importantly, guys, he is now level 20, which means we can give him immortality. So see it as he's managed to finally take a sip of the grail itself, and it means now he cannot be killed. Instead, he will just be wounded instead, no matter what. That sounds fantastic. We're just going to give you Scarred Veteran. No, do I want to give you Scarred Veteran? No, I already got you Deadly Onslaught. We'll give you Scarred Veteran for now. There we go. Eventually we're going to put him into an army. We may even give it to the Fey Enchantress. We'll wait and see. But now we've done that, we can switch this over. You guys, you can now go after Zorgoth. Again, a fairly easy order resolve by all accounts. There we go. Oh wow, you had a giant in there. That didn't seem to make much of an impact, according to my casualties. And congratulations, Fey Enchantress, you're now gone up to level 101. Well done. Picked up a Dragon Helm. Got a Pit Fighter. Okay.
Yes.
Marivek, now you're level 8. We can actually now give you a Pegasus. And I'm going to give you... Can't give you training. Foe Seeker or... No, I'll give you Devastating Charge. We need to boost that up a little bit. There you go. You now picked up a horsey. A flying horsey at that.
What do you seek?
Right, let me see what we can build here. Maybe an idea to get a Grail Shrine. We'll go for that. Wissenberg can be leveled up to 2. We'll cancel that, in fact, for the moment. Because like I said, I want to... Oh, hello. Leif Golbanson. What are you planning to try and do over here? Tell you what, let's switch over to Bordelot a moment. Are you willing to change your war coordination target to take on that leader for me? And what I think we'll do as well, start at Corion, because that's where we got a number of our units. And we'll start getting our new lord. So we got Bohemond Beastslayer, Cassian de Paravon, Chilfoy de Artois, and Alderhan de Leoness to pick from. I'm thinking go for Bohemond. Why not indeed? So let's check out your stats to start with. Okay, he's got the Knight's Vow question. He's already worked up to the Grail Vow. Good start. He's got Blessing the Lady, and he's picked up Beastslayer, giving us an extra bonus against large targets, including ones with the Knights of the Realms in his force. He's got that and that as well. Okay. That could work out for us once we get a few Pegasus Knights into his army. And he can eventually get Bohemond's Shield on his next level, and the Beastmaster of Baston. Ooh, that's going to be a nice little debuff to enemies nearby. Only works though when... Cannot target if leadership is higher than 50. Right, may have to bear that in mind, I guess. Okay. For the moment though, we're going to give you a few items, I think. We'll give you Dragon Helm. That's something that suits me as a unit, a good choice for someone like him. We'll give you Giant Blade. Ooh, we can give you... Let's give you Serene's Lockets. Cassian doesn't need that right now. And we'll give you a Potion of Speed. And we'll give you a Pit Fighter 2. You're an agriculturalist as well, improving our income from farms. Cool. We'll give you that. You're stuck inside for the moment. Let's give you a few units. Oh wow, we can get Avenging Knights of the Cleansing Flame. The Holy let me check this out. The Sacred Brazier, a completely different thing, is a powerful reminder to the Knights of their oath. Its holy flame flames burn followers of whatever hellish gods near the Knights, while also reducing their resistance to fire and magical damage. It's got charge defense, and wow, I want this unit.
I will indulge you.
I'm glad to hear, man. Alright, we'll go for that, certainly. We'll go and get a few more units for our central bits. He does have a nice bonus for any of her sort of melee units, so that will definitely come with use. Wouldn't mind trying Spearman Arm Hordes, that would be quite nice. Tell you what, we'll give you 2 units of Squires. And we'll give you Shieldmen like that. So we'll have a nice 5 units in the front. We'll give you... what else? We can give you Crested Knights and Grail Knights if we want. A Trebuchet would go down quite nicely though. That'll be done in 1 turn, but then so would get in Pegasus Knights. Well, I'll tell you what, let's actually get that. We'll cancel these 2 for the moment so we can get the extra 1. The reason being is that we can easily recruit and then a few more in the next turn, and that will get done more quickly then as a result. We'll give say 2 of you then as well. Okay, that's all my money, but at least we're going to be starting to build up an army extremely quickly. We also need to give him some, I'm thinking some magic as well. Hello, Isabella. How you doing?
My past is revealed. What would you have of me?
Alright, you're okay over here. What's going on over here? Peter von Schwarzhaven is attacking. Can't do much against him, I'm afraid.
The lady leads me.
We'll keep an eye on the situation up there, I'm sure. Right, what are you doing?
I am called forth.
Tell you what, let's just have you continue. We're gonna have you go and attack Ugok Fospike. But I want to do it in my next turn, so you're gonna move forward a little bit faster now. Like so. Well, on the turn. So adding Fowldorf will allow me to get the whole province. We can start sorting out then about getting public order under control by asking them to venerate the lady. Whether I will give it back to the Empire, I still haven't quite decided yet, if I'm completely honest. I think it will be a nice idea to keep it as a location of my own alongside with the Sylvania. But we'll just have to wait and see. I don't want to spend too much resources if I do decide to give it back though, so that's one of the reasons I'm a little bit tempted not to continue improving the settlement. But at the same time, if it's... I may keep it. I think I will, in fact. We also need to decide what we're going to do about Carrick Norn. What I'll probably do is have Leon Kirk go up there once we get his Hippogriff Knights, in order to go after them, burn or take the places and give them back into the dwarves. Okay, you're going to become a little bit more of a threat now over here in Faldorf. You've got 2 armies, and you've got Skarsnik back. Interesting, okay. Oh, and you've decided to come after me at Corion. Well, I have to have a look at this and see what's going to happen here. To be honest, I think the fact that we're a tier 5 settlement, the garrison should be more than capable of actually fighting them. But I'm quite happy for them to try and attack me on the walls by building up some siege equipment. That can make a quite interesting fight. But if they're going to be just trying to starve me out, then we may have to try and take the field against them instead. We'll keep an eye on it, shall we say. And if it gets to the point where we're going to start taking attrition, I'll fight them then. But for the moment, I would like to try and see a siege defense battle with us defending the walls. You know, I think that would be quite a cool fight to try and do. So you're now done. Shagor Hordes done. Can we? Let's have a quick look in Faldorf. You got a tier 3 settlement. You got quite a few units there. You got a guardhouse too. Okay, that might be a bit of a toughy one to fight, in fact. But we kind of want to do it, so let me see. Going up against Skarsnik will probably be easier to do. But we've got 9 of them, 5 of them, and the garrison as well. Your army's at full strength though, so I think we'll actually try and attack them. What will happen if I ask this to happen? Your raiding camp, okay, improves your melee defense and melee leadership. Okay. And you're mustering in the settlement. Right.
I ain't doing that.
What I'll probably do then, I'm going to get them to fight Skarsnik, so that way then we can fight them all in one big fight, and we should be able to actually deal with them then nice and quickly. Now, most importantly, you now have done. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop my Grail Knights and say goodbye to you guys. And now, where are we? Hippogriffs. What? What do you mean I've got the maximum amount already? I do not. Do not lie to me about this. No. Are you telling me I have to basically drop my trebuchet? Because, hang on. Yeah, these are special and they're 2 points. Knights of the Warhammer Core. Questing Knights are special as well. No. Oh no, hang on, that's Grail Knights. I'm getting mixed up. My bad. Huh. Interesting. Well, to be honest, the trebuchets are pretty cheap to repair, so I'll tell you what, just man, get rid of this.
Strength.
And let's have a look now what it would tell me. Hippogriff Knights, it costs 3 points. That's odd, because I should be able to get a trebuchet as well. Because let me check trebuchet, yeah. Trebuchet only costs 2 points. This costs 3. So in theory, I should be able to get that and that. I don't know, we don't have an extra rare unit in here to warrant that action. Okay, well, I'll tell you what, we'll take it. We'll accept that's the case, it seems. We can go at least for this. We can get Fastrix Skylines. We get more Pegasus Knights. Yeah, I'm gonna go for that instead. If you don't want to give me my trebuchet, I'm gonna have it so we're gonna have some more Night Riders. Okay, I think we'll do that. Let's have a quick look at the situation here. What happens if I ask you guys to push out? It's actually a very decent power auto-resolve in my favour. Fine. Close victory, that's fine. We'll just kill them off. Taking a nice decent sum of money. Killed them off. Picked up the Shield Vitalis. Picked up the Blessing of the Lady. And we can continue growing these guys as we intended. Okay. Right, tell you what, cancel you guys a minute. Let's start focusing on all those other ones I wanted. So, pop over here. We want... Do I want to get, though...
It shall be so.
You have insufficient funds. 6,000. It's going to cost me if I do it through that way. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Right. Let's give you 2 units of these, I think. We'll go for 2 of these, certainly. That unit there. Some units of spearmen on the flanks.